What is happening, everybody? Going to check out the Division 2 changes today and see if Update 10 has redeemed Ubisoft in the Division 2. I have actually been a longtime supporter of the Division 2 in terms of its gameplay. I think that it is a good game, and I think that there's a lot of content to be had, especially if you picked it up like I did for $2.95 when it was on sale. But I think that even if you paid full price, there's a lot to the game. There's a lot of pluses and a lot of benefits. But definitely, I think the one question that most people have is Ubisoft listening to their players? Like, is Ubisoft actually going to make the changes that are required to bring back players or fans of the original that maybe just got disenfranchised because of some of the updates for Division? This screen, I wanted to pause before I moved anywhere and load it in because doesn't make me hopeful. Again, I'll play the game and I think it's still a good game, but if you're coming back to the Division 2 and you see a screen like this, I am not saying that we should work people from home or bring them into studios that when they shouldn't be brought into studios, and that everybody should be safe. So that first and foremost, everything should be about that safety and people's health as a priority. But I do feel like the overall theme that most Division 2 players that I've talked to who were upset with the game, even a lot more upset with the game than I was, because I quite enjoy it sometimes, it was just that Ubisoft wasn't listening to them, right? They weren't releasing good updates, and I was literally told a couple of times when I was playing that they would rather wait and see a good update, one that works and is not like just continually having to like reload and re-get this localized content for another download, right? So I think that's a question I have in my mind, but let's jump in. Let's take a look and see if the gameplay of Season 2, quote unquote, redeems itself. Interesting note here, color scheme has changed a little bit. You'll notice Online Gamers Network that I started here for everybody to come together and create a community where we could, cross-platform, speak, play, watch each other and all the good stuff and support each other, regardless of what platform or streaming system you're on, Twitch, Mixer, and all that. Had kind of an orange and black color scheme, and that was because originally it started kind of as the Clan Network, which came from me playing the Division 2 a lot. So again, I like the game. This is a different change. We got a green scheme here, but let's go ahead and jump in and see, what changes might take place. I'm not gonna lie, I have not played the game in a couple of weeks now. There's been a lot of other stuff going on. We've had The Last of Us 2 release on PS4. I've been working heavily on the prototype for Online Gamers Network. So definitely a lot of different things going that have kind of kept me from jumping back into this game. So I'm curious to see if this really makes it worthwhile. And you'll notice probably I'm not wearing a headset right now. I just loaded up the chat client, which I'm on Mixer, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch, streaming to all of those simultaneously. So you're all seeing the same thing. And so I have one chat client that takes care of everything. So definitely be patient if you see something in there and I don't see it right away. I will always try to respond, even if it's over the microphone to you. But definitely excited to see what this update looks like, because I think I am one of those players almost that like walked away and wasn't convinced I had to come back right away. And like, is this significant enough for me to feel like, oh, there's a really big difference here? Oh, look at that. Season level up. Keener's legacy agent. Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't even know what I did. I'm not going to lie. I haven't even seen what's happened in the last few. I haven't gotten any clan updates. In fact, I can't even remember if I'm part of a clan. I actually left a clan, not because I didn't like them, but because I do know you have to collect loot, by the way. That's why I'm doing that. I left a clan, not because I didn't like them, but because I really wasn't playing as much. And when I was on, I wasn't really like seeing people that I was playing with So I just didn't want to be that kind of guy who's like, well, I'm in a clan and I'm not like supporting their overall goals and that good stuff. So let them have another player that they need be. And truthfully, I'd love to start kind of my own team at some point, maybe in this game or in otherwise. But more so than that, just bring everybody so that they can, bring their clans over to the online gamers network. It'll bring people together from, like I said, all the streaming platforms as well. So I loaded in here to this control point, which tells me, okay, that's interesting because this is probably where I last stayed. Hot route, by the way, is from this control point. I call it hot route, blue 52 hot route. And it's the easiest way, I think, to get exotics when it came to New York and get some basic exotics. So I'm going to go ahead and check out my gear first. Let's take a look at the gear and see if anything major has changed. So I was running give or take 90K on this SMG, and I'm running, I think it was like 95. I'm running 115 now. I believe that did change. It looks like the P14 G3, and I didn't have the chance at PTS live server, by the way. It looks like this went up as well. So I think damage for both of these went up. My question has not ever been what has damage. Was damage going up? Oh man, the Lady Death has definitely gone up because I was only running like maybe like 70 or 80K on that one. So I was never like worried as like the damage going up. I kind of more wanted the quote unquote armor for enemies to go down. And for me, it was more about like realism, like if I'm shooting somebody 7,000 times, armor or not, they probably should be long dead. So I actually saved, I remember this, I saved a couple of caches to see if it would like carry over into new season or not. So let's go ahead and open those. Let's see what happens. If it's like still something from the last season, if it's something from this new season or what happens. Oh, look, it's textiles were awarded instead. So the same emote is there. And let's go ahead and see if we get anything new, anything different. Reveal this item. True Sun's Vest Superior. Okay. So that shirt I did not have before. I don't remember that was part of the gear. So let's take a look at the gear a little bit and see what the gear looks like as well. Okay. I remember the disco dance. I don't know for sure if I remember aerobic. I definitely remember for most of these though. Cabbage Patch, peace out. Yeah. Man, I wish I like taken screenshots and I knew exactly which ones of these were new. I feel like Soda Pop, I actually don't remember that one. Pop Knuckles, I'm not sure if I remember that one either. A little fishing pole right there. Fishing pole action. Play that piano, remember that. Tai Chi. Ah, slow, sir. Use the force. Use the force. All right, so if I had to guess, it looks like there may be like one or two new emojis. Maybe one or two. And I could be wrong on that. Could absolutely be wrong on that. But let's take a look at the store a little bit more. Let's go ahead and head into the store and look at what they have for outfits. Usually this gives you an idea. Okay, Urban Jungle, Heat Wave, Explorers, those were all there. Silent Night was there. Dark Hours is there. Invasion is new. So that True Sun's Patrol, and you see the exclamation point there for sure. So we can now verify that some of this stuff is new, and if you complete the outfits, you get this visor apparently. So that True Sun's vest that I got was new. If you saved a cache, go you, because you're actually gonna have a shot at some of these new outfit items if that's something that you like or that you're interested in. So that's kind of cool. Oh no, Maybe it's not new. No, these were not new. It's just saying that I got a new item. Well, confusing me. So sorry. Legacy. We got Covert Hunter. That has been around. Team Spirit, DC Collections, Veterans, DC Services. Those have been around. Recreation. Style. Still there. All right, cool. Well, I mean, I can't handpick anything that's super new. Maybe we're waiting for like something else to drop, or maybe it's just me and I'm not recognizing the changes. If it is just me not recognizing the changes, I would say that maybe changes should be more readily apparent. I think that is one of the things I've always said about Division 2. Like, it's really hard to see sometimes what's new minus like the exclamation point that you got something new. And having jumped back in, I think you already seen me experience that confusion once again. Credits, okay, you can still buy credits, and they still have like some sort of bonus there if you want club credits and club rewards. I am curious. So Season 2 Pass says it's 1,000 for me to unlock, and I was told that Season 2 Pass is actually should be anybody who had New York, I thought. Grants access to the premium rewards of Season 2. Earn the additional rewards across 100 season levels, including an outfit or skin. You can unlock the premium rewards while Season 2 is active. Some items may not be available once the season ends. So herein lies the question. Like, if, for instance, and I can tell you this for a fact, if they're telling me that I need to pay for Season 2 unlock pass, I would straight walk away. Not literally, but I'm not going to bother playing like a game that I did purchase, like the New York, and they said, oh, you'll get to play Season 2. But you don't get to play Season 2. Maybe you just get the storyline. You don't get any of the rewards. In which case, what kind of good is that? I mean, that seems like trickery. Maybe I'm wrong. Comment if you think that I'm out of line here. If you think that I'm wrong. New leagues, new apparel, new events, new stuff. And it looks like it might be locked. So I don't know. Now I don't know what to do. Okay, but in the meantime, let's do this. So Season 2 event going on. Okay, so it looks like I theoretically I think I can play the event. So maybe that's what they mean. Like, you can play these event locations. So we're starting with Termite this time. Wrong button there, but let's go ahead and go back into seasons. And see what else we got. We got another event coming. We got the Luna League, blah, blah, blah. Huntsman League. Global event coming soon. Reanimated. Reanimated was fun. I actually enjoyed Reanimated a bit. Not a ton new so far that I'm seeing that's like, oh, I'm like really loving that. Rewards. Earn additional rewards with the pass. So basically, you can play the season, and I can get and unlock some of these things. So, like, I've already got the Legacy Agent patch. I can use that. I will get this, mask for Brandy Gear next, and blah, blah, blah. But I won't get any of these apparel caches or any of, like, the cool outfits, like this Eclipse outfit that's supposed to be there with the hoodie. It looks like it might be pretty cool. So what a bummer, like, I don't, maybe it was my misconception, and I thought, if you had New York, you would get to play the premium version of Season 2, as that was kind of an add-on right at the end of Season 1. But, it is what it is. You still looks like you get some legacy caches down the line. You just don't get the keys. You don't get the special emotes and necessarily the outfits. So far, I'm just like browsing very quickly to see if there's anything else. Money, keys, don't really care. I mean, most of us probably know there's plenty of money and keys. You don't get an exotic cache, so that kind of sucks. So far, anyway. Roosevelt Island, Jupiter Manhunt, permanently unlock season 1 prime target mission. Okay, well, I mean, I guess like that means you can go play that again. Yay. Keener's Legacy Elite patch. Okay. What else do we got? It's a couple of levels of like absolutely nothing, and some vests up here. So you got some custom skins maybe you won't get. You still get some caches, you just don't get like all of the skins or all of the stuff or all the masks. And you don't get the Havoc mask at the end. So it's very interesting. Like the pass is 1,000 credits. Let's take a look at the value of credits here, right? So 1,000 credits for most people is $10, and you would have 50 credits left over. So is it worth $10 is the question. Is it worth $10 to play Season 2 for premium upgrades? Now, from my recollection playing Season 1, I unlocked a ton of crap that I didn't need or want. Continually, I even saved some of those caches, like continually getting stuff that I'm just not going to use. So I'm wondering if it's even worth it. Like, what incentive do I have? 1 exotic cache? All right, cool. Let's see if the game's any better, right? I think that's where Ubisoft is kind of missing the mark, and that's what most people's complaints have been so far. Is did they do a good enough job? Man, I don't even remember the buttons. Did they do a good enough job? Shoot, and it's only been a couple of weeks. I guess I need a primer. I feel like there's a faster run, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Tap that button. It's crazy, right? When you play so many other games, who knows what's going to happen. So we're going to do Hot Route now. I'm rolling out the gate, coming to the left here. Let's see if Hot Route still exists with a chance to drop an exotic or at least have a named opponent right there that maybe we get a little bit better gear. Now, what I've been told is in the missions this time, you are going to get guaranteed better gear as you're playing through, rather than like getting all that purple gear. I was told no purple gear is going to be left. So that's the question. Is there purple gear left? All right, so it looks like we do have somebody out there, quote unquote, hijacking the speaker system. Let's perform some cover to cover here. Glad I didn't completely forget how to play everything. Let's see how close we can get without being noticed. So it's just a level 40. This is not a named opponent, but we might as well go ahead and take these guys out anyway. And I just blew that. Well, he was super easy to take out. He's gone. Like, I already felt really good about my build prior to this and felt very functionally sound. Oh man, this is an active spot now. So there's that. These guys are definitely dropping quicker now. And I almost, like I said, for me, it was more like if you're going to make it harder, then just make the damage on us like more, you know, like make me have some more damage as well, because I think I wouldn't mind that by any means. Oh, and I wonder if this whole time I've been even using the like a different weapon. I keep forgetting that it like sometimes switches when you pull your shield out. So as you can see, like 0 problems surviving. I'm still like dropping baddies like that's nothing in terms of worrying about what's going on with me. I'm not. Anybody who's played with me would know, though, I do play a little bit loose sometimes, and I definitely have a more run and gun style once in a blue moon, where I will absolutely be happy to be that guy with the shield who's like running up on people, trying to get as much damage as possible, ducking and rolling out of the way. So this now, like, which used to be the spot where I would do a hot route, has actually become a zone. So if you notice on the map, when we're looking at it too, like, it's got a propaganda broadcast activity that did not used to exist there. So they did change some of the zoning. And that was one of the reasons that this used to be like a hot route, because you could run from here where you could reload. Like, I would literally just go back and reload this. I'd fast travel here, go back and do this again, and I might get an exotic drop because the named opponent would be there. And it looks like that is not the case this time. So I think that maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not. We'll see like how exotics work overall. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to solve that question in this video or this live broadcast, but feel free to follow me. I'll try to play this through in the next couple days or so and see what kind of changes really have been made, because I'm kind of interested. It looks like they took the feedback on damage though, and it looks like that they definitely gave some more damage to the players. So I think that's probably a good thing for most people. You know, if people were complaining, that might be a good thing. I was told that legacy is the thing that's not going to change, or that is still going to stay, you know, very challenging. And so for people who thought that even the damage difficulty on heroic was too easy, well, legacy is their best option essentially. So like, I'm not even pulling out my shield because I'm not stressed. I'm pulling it out now just because I think it's smart. But I'm not using my secondary gear. These guys are dropping like flies. Hiding or not hiding, it doesn't really matter. So I feel the difference, truthfully. I feel a little bit different in terms of the damage impact and what that's had on the state of the gameplay. We're going to run up on some areas and see if we can find a couple of caches throughout the world, which I'm sure they've changed locations, and see what else we can find if we get like any better gear, worse gear as we're going around doing some of this fighting that is not in the missions, because I'm fairly sure that they said they were going to change damage. They said they were going to change, you know, the structure in the missions. That they're probably still going, or have done that. So I will test it, but I'll test it out after the fact rather than experimenting with the things that we don't know about. First, let's check those out. So even these robo dudes die quicker, truthfully. Like that was nothing to try and bring him down.
System reactivated.
Yeah, so like a gun like this, I've always thought that the Glory Days was amazing. And by the way, that's what I'm carrying right now, is essentially it's not the Glory Days, but it is essentially the Glory Days, because it's a P whatever 416 with a I modified the stability, but I also have a higher crit chance and all that good stuff than the Glory Days would. So it meets the build that I'm working with better. So I went ahead and just used the P416 because the stats were better than my Glory Days. Still super accurate from far away, can still drop them pretty quick. It doesn't lose that the range from the perfect stability that the Glory Days has, actually. While we're on that, though, I am curious here if they did change some of those. So one of the things that we had said in the past is some of the gear felt like it wasn't like exotic enough, right? Did exotics really hold a reason to be exotic? Like what's the real benefit? So Lady Death gains 4 stacks per second, 8 stacks to 32 total. So Lady Death is the same in terms of that full magazine 8 stacks up to 32. 75% damage. That actually went up. It was 60, unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was 60% damage on that one. So that is a change. That is a change. Kills refrail, yeah, blah blah blah. Magazine, good stuff. Reload, rate of fire is increased 20% for each enemy within 15 meters. That might have gone up too, but I don't think it did. Kills grant 20% movement speed, 10%. Okay, cool. So, like, truthfully, the Lady Death at 91 might be worth carrying over this, but I'm not sure. It has a higher RPM, has a lower magazine, and but if you're moving, that stacks real fast, real fast. So let's try the Lady Death out. I'm very curious, but to do so, I'm going to have to change this exotic. Let's see if that changed. Headshots consume all stacks, blah, 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 stack up to 32% damage. I think that's the same. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it. Okay. Let us go with this Mozambique special. Let us go with this Lady Death. So, and if I really wanted to, I could put them side by side so that I can switch back and forth, and we'll just play SMG mode. Did the Chameleon get any upgrades? Because I used to love the Chameleon. Hitting 75 body shots grants 90% damage, 45 seconds. 30 headshots grants 20% critical hit, 20%, blah, blah, blah. So I think that went up as well. But also the requirement went up. Hitting 75 body shots, I don't remember it being so high. I think it was 60 or maybe 45. It seemed to be, I felt like it was lower for some reason, but I could be wrong. Again, maybe I should have wrote all this stuff down, right? Who knows? So, Plague the Outcast, Pestilence. Hopefully they decked that one. This one was like so ridiculous. 50 times. Still transferred to enemies within 25 meters. Agonizing Bite. Merciless. Gain a stack. 7 stacks. Shooting enemy deals 5%, 100% amplified damage and creates a 7-meter explosion. 500% damage. Blah, blah, blah. Did the weapon... So like that, this wasn't high enough damage for me before to consider using it. It looks like it might have gone up, but I wonder how that looks. I couldn't ever get a handle fully on the Merciless trigger. We're going to have to take these guys out. We're going to have to do it. All right, so now we're running and gunning, right? This is kind of one of my play styles, so should be more than A-okay with it. I would run up like this, pop a shield up, and boom. Exotic. Do your work, and you can see how fast even an enemy that was a level 40 elite dropped with armor.
Better move on before more show up.
Now we're just gonna have to get a feel for if this Lady Death really does a lot more damage than the other one now, but while we're at it, let's look at some of these things. So we're looking at all the weapons, seeing what there is. Paratrooper. I built a commando that I really had liked for a while. It looks like that went up in damage a little bit, I think. White Death, still sitting around the same damage, I believe, on the White Death. Might have gone up just the tiniest bit, but I was running about 800k before, so if it went up a minute fraction. M1A and the Baker's Dozen, the question is, did they get nerfed? It does not appear that they got nerfed that much, because I'm seeing 400k, and I think I was at maybe 490, 500 before. I can't remember on these specific ones, and so I think that those are all probably in line, or maybe were nerfed a little bit, which I am not going to cry about, because I will use multiple weapons. In fact, this police MK17 became one of my favorite weapons with the boomerang talent, or with this rifleman or ranger talent. So I would switch all these out depending on which one I wanted to run. The MK17, I think, is a fantastic rifle. Deals out a ton of damage with a high RPM. And you can sit there and pop off shots. It's got a lot more of a magazine than a lot of these other rifles even do. So I think that is a really solid weapon overall and still looks to be. Glory Days looks like the damage has gone up slightly in it, still running negative 35% optimal range that we talked about, which is why I run the P416 or whatever it is instead. Custom P416 with Optimist, and you see that range is not taken away. I still get a damage bonus on top of it. So this actually ends up working out to be much better when we talk about practical gameplay. And realistic gameplay. So it looks like everything's kind of been adjusted ever so slightly up for the most part. Rifles maybe down a little bit, or long range weapons a tiny bit. And I think that's it so far. So I see that's like majorly different on the actual gear. I haven't gone into the gear in terms of like the gear sets. I'm more interested to see what because I don't think they changed the specific stats of the gear sets that I had. I'm more interested to see what they might have for the new gear sets in terms of like how those panned out. And I'll have to commit some time to that, obviously. So let's continue on with gameplay and see how much this like real world damage and adjustments to some of the exotics and stuff like that actually feels like it made. While we're at it, I am going to be looking for a couple of caches. I haven't seen any in the open world, but I haven't been looking for them or going where I know that they exist. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll start doing that here. I'm going to try to target some areas where I knew that they were, and we'll see if they're still around. So far, I'm not seeing as many out in the open, it feels like, but I knew there'd probably be one here. And look, purple stuff. All right, so that answers the question of, will we still get purple stuff? And not only purple stuff, that's crap purple stuff. Like, if it were God rolled, and we're talking like once you're at level 40. So I understand that like the game has different levels, and as you go through those levels it adjusts to the levels and all that. Like I'm not arguing the fundamental RPG elements here. So and I changed my camera position here this last day too to be more in line with when I'm actually playing. So sorry about that. But yeah, I understand that it's like, who would argue that it is an RPG game where you continue to develop? What I'm arguing here is, at this level, like when you've played and look, so let's go back real quick. Let's look at this realistically. Let's take a quick look at our shade level. This is another way to gauge like how much have you played the game, how much time have you invested, or where are you in terms of their total hierarchy. Legitimately at this level where I'm 279 shade levels past, which I don't think is that many, don't get me wrong. There's easily people who make it to the max shade and they're 500, 370, whatever, right? And a lot of people have played a lot more than me. But should I still be getting what is like a lower tiered gear? And not only a lower tiered gear, but a lower tier of a lower tiered gear. So we're talking like a double negative. Like it should at least be, I would say, a gold level 40 and lower on the gold level 40. Like this, I would expect. I'm not going to use it. In fact, you probably noticed like I can't even pick it up. Like I don't use gear anymore. Like it's very rare that I change my pieces out that much. I have the builds that I like. I have a skill build. And that's kind of part of why I stopped playing. I think there isn't enough incentive to play because I'm not finding the things that I want to find. And I think a lot of us as players, we're okay with the grind, but we're not okay with like when we grind just ending up 100% of the time, ending up with pretty much the same garbage. So yeah, like I don't even care that I can't pick it up. I'm just going to deconstruct it anyway. It is literally garbage to me. which is no big deal. Again, I'm being a little critical right now because I understand that there are people who are more critical of the game, and I actually understand kind of where they're coming from. Especially having not played in a couple of weeks and gone and played some other games a little more now. This is a super fun and super cool game to jump into and like kind of get you hooked. There's like so many cool cover elements and like cover to cover, and I think that fundamentally it works really, really well, and I'm really happy with Ubisoft on what they've done here and accomplished. It's super cool. I showed in some of my past videos that even if you have like a gun and you shoot through a window of something, you can actually track the trajectory of the bullet. You can see where both of those bullets came out, and it's not isolated. Like, there's so many little details that you can find in this game, whether it's shooting a light and the light does something, it breaks, or flickers, or there's a million little cool things that I think that they've done right. So I actually couldn't imagine creating this game myself. And I'm sure that they took a lot of the work they had put into number one and then put it right into this, as I would expect them to do. Absolutely. In fact, I'd say if they do make a number three, instead of continuing to build content for number two, we'll use what you've done here, right? But make it infinitely better, right? Make it better in graphics, make it better in performance, actually address the changes that we're talking about as players. And I think that's the frustration. Like, don't bother making changes, or at least don't say that you're going to bother making changes and then not do it. I think you're better, and this is common business practice, says you're better, period. Customer service 101. You are better to under promise and over deliver. So under promise, don't promise anything. Fix all of the things that people are putting up in your forums or your posts or whatever, and one day release this patch, like, half a month later, and whatever that is. And once you release the patch, then people are like, oh my god, this is like the baddest ass game ever. Next thing you know, they're tweeting about it. Once they tweet about it, all is well with the world, because ain't nobody gonna not play a game that everybody says they're in love with. Ooh, I took a little bit of a hit there. NBD. So truthfully, just jumping back into the city, feeling what I'm feeling right now, feeling the adjustments, I am not inclined to not play the rest of The Last of Us 2. I'm not inclined to not go and like play a game like Session, which I just started playing 2 this week. So anybody who's seen me or follows me who might have seen Session, I love like Skate 3. Like, look at this. I mean, I'm not, it's free gear, right? But like most of us at this level in New York at level 40, we just don't need it. So if we don't need it, why are we going to play to get it? We're only going to play when the game intrigues us to play more, right? So is the new mission worth it? Is there new content that's worth it? And that's the question that's to be determined, and I still haven't answered that. So I think it is probably only right that I do examine that a little bit. You guys can see how heavy this gun hits. So question, do I carry the Lady Death? I would say yes, absolutely. You're running around and all of a sudden you need to stop and knock some guy out. 3 guys are gone and I didn't even empty my magazine. So I was doing 75+% damage, AKA on this specific gun, I was doing almost rifle-like damage at point blank range. Only 3 times faster, right? 900 RPMs. So let's just talk simple math. 900 RPMs. All I got to do is run. I'm stacking 8 stacks right now. Boom. Done. Done. Like, I'm not even aiming, and I can still run from one to the other. I can come up here, and if I hit this guy with any of the next 32 bullets, it's going to hurt. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, he's dead. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sold. I'm not like, I'm not sold to the point where I feel like I need to return at this juncture. It does look like they may have like remodeled some things a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't remember seeing like this much trash and deconstruction, right? Like I don't remember, and maybe this is on me, but I don't remember all of this chaos like everywhere right here.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Ooh, hostile broadcast detected. Okay, so here's a good example. Like, what is this guy gonna do? Is he gonna hang for even the 2 seconds that it takes me to obliterate him? Probably with this Lady Death. Theoretically, all I have to do is keep moving. Yeah, he's still holding his own a little bit, but once that armor's gone, nothing. So, yeah. So I think like I'm legitimately at that point, but let's see what he dropped. So this actually may be a good test too, right? Still nothing I wouldn't have expected to got out of the last tier, and I could essentially loot his junk, not loot it all, wouldn't matter to me in the least bit, deconstruct it, don't care, don't need the points, don't need the gear, just not worth my quote-unquote time for that. So let's take a look at something that's supposed to have changed, something new perhaps, and maybe we'll go into seasons. And let's take a look at Termite. I don't know. What is Termite doing? What does he tell me he's got to do? All right, control points, going to be the same as regular gameplay. Bounties, probably the same as regular gameplay. Bank headquarters, done that mission before, but we'll do it again. Sure, why not? So let's try the bank headquarters first. Right. Let's do the bank headquarters and let's see how that rolls. And we'll test like how a mission feels to make things different, right? I think that'll be interesting. So bank headquarters, where blah blah blah. Can never remember. I feel like that's in DC though, right? Am I wrong on that? It just goes to show, like, I used to play a lot with people, and I'll do whatever. And I think I've played, most of these missions a few times over, but yeah, it's in DC, right? So all right. So once I'm in it, I'll remember. There we go. Now we got the basic stuff here. So I'm not impressed so far. Oh, we got a cutscene.
We've identified 5 rogue agents responsible.
Identified 5 rogue agents.
Using Keener's Eclipse.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Their leader is Carter LaRue, call sign Hornet.
Call sign Hornet?
He's had run-ins
Okay,
with
so
divisions
that's
before. It seems
ultimately
like
we're really after call sign
the only thing
Hornet.
worse than Keener's bullshit are the people that buy it. Lori Baker, call sign Termite, former field surgeon. After the quarantine, she murdered
Termite
the
is the
infected
first of them
patients
that we
and
need to
said
go
Sarah.
after. Miss
He
Lori
believes
Baker.
eradicating the weak is the only way
Okay,
to gain
rock
control.
and roll.
Tegan Silver, call sign Luna.
Tegan
She was
Silver.
working with the State Department when
Luna.
the first wave was
Yeah.
activated.
Don't
They
care.
believe she's responsible for
Unless
leaking
Luna and
intel to Keener.
Termite and
Elijah Lee, call sign
Tegan
Hudson,
and
former
Huntsman
bomb
and
disposal
whatever.
unit
Unless
director.
these guys are all that
He's
much
the
different
genius
from
who
their
signed on
previous
Keener
predecessors.
He's eager to prove himself as Keener's
Um,
successor. Jason
cool.
Barnes, call sign Titan.
Jason Barnes,
Former
Titan,
wildland smoke
rock and
detector,
roll.
Activated during the second wave. Don't underestimate him. He's an eco-terrorist determined to wipe out humanity.
Still waiting.
These rogue agents
It's like I don't want to
use
skip
loyal
this just in
followers.
case. Just in
Tracking them
case.
won't be easy. They're armed with the Eclipse virus, so don't forget your mask.
Tidal Basin. Black Tusk invaded. Detected.
Pilot Torres is cleared
Okay.
to transport at Kenley College.
District Union area. Grand Washington Hotel. Okay. Okay. Well, there we go. We've got a couple of invaded areas. We've got some new missions, quote unquote. New missions, quote unquote. And let's go ahead and I'll keep the challenging difficulty just so that it doesn't take us 6 years to get through it. Directives look to be the same. Oh no, they're different. I don't remember this. Start with no ammo. Hostiles killed with a sidearm are only ammo source. I don't remember that. But maybe I'm wrong. No, I think that's new. I'm gonna die. Look at that. I wasn't even moving. And I still got enough stacks to take him out. Ooh, boy, they are eating me up. Alright. So don't stand there and get shot for 10 minutes. That has always been a logical thing to say. Even... Let's go to the White House. Why not? Even if you have some armor, probably don't stand there and get shot forever. I don't have a lot of armor on the SMG build, believe it or not. Only have a little bit of armor, just enough to like keep going. I just have to keep killing people, and that's what regenerates my armor. That gives me a higher DPS, which in turn gives me a quicker kill, which in turn means I just will kill people quicker to get armor. So it all works out as long as you're not standing there. Just don't stand there is my point. Coke Zero is sponsor of the day, and unofficial sponsor of the day, Coke Zero. Nod to the Coke Zero. I love it, but I wish they would send it for free. Just throwing that out there. Just gonna, lob it. Eventually they'll get the hint, Coke Zero will email me. By the way, that's Online Gamers Network. Online Gamers Network, and the email is theonlinegamersnetwork@gmail.com. Really straightforward. theonlinegamersnetwork@gmail.com. Coke, if you happen to see this, any representative of Coke, if you happen to see this and you can get me some free Coke Zero, would be greatly appreciated. I'll give you another shout out, maybe a bigger one next time. And here we go. What do the vendors have? Oh, we were told the vendors we wouldn't see crap. And look, there's no more purple in the vendors. So, okay, we've got 3 major changes so far from Ubisoft that they have listened to us on, right? So far, we have better vendor gear. Look, a D50, you never would have seen like a higher end D50 at the regular vendor. So better vendor gear. We have the damage, higher damage for most of the weapons, aka most of the enemies fall easier. And gameplay adjustments, minor gameplay adjustments. So let's see here. SIG. I'm more impressed actually with the vendor gear than what I was seeing from the street gear. And maybe that should be the way it is because you're purchasing it rather than like just getting it from, a menu. Quartermaster, there's nothing new here, I don't think, right? They didn't add anything that I'm unaware of. I think the next thing comes from the end of the season and the end of the winning the whole shabam when we take down whatever his face is. Insert violent sounding name here. Recalibration station. I'm gonna assume most of this is the same. Let's go to the library actually instead, and we'll look at talents and all that. In sync, hitting an enemy grants 15% skill damage. Future perfect. Weapon kills grant 1 skill tier, 15 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Huh. Yeah. So I think most of these are the same if I can remember. I don't remember the in sync though, so I'm curious if that is different. If not, hit me up with a comment. I'd love to know one way or the other if my memory serves me correctly. Modified gear and sights. I haven't even checked this in a while, so there is potentially stuff in here that I haven't crafted. that is available, even, you know, like it's just sitting there waiting to be crafted. But I don't see any exclamation points. Yeah, see, so look, I could craft this guy. Boom, done, crafted. What did we get? Underbarrel slot coupled underbarrel slot compact coupled laser pointer. All right, cool, rock and roll. Oh, look, event break. Okay, let's go ahead and craft that bad boy. It'll give us another thing to modify. And 10% optimal range may come in handy. You never know. It depends on the perks you're running and when and where and why. Especially as you get up higher shade levels, sometimes you realize like you didn't put perks into some things that maybe you wanted to. I am curious if crafting got any better, like for what you get from some of the crafting things. So let's just run a random gear mod craft and see what comes out. So that feels better. I don't know for sure, but it's on the higher end of what I think I already have, but that was just one. Let's see here. Also on the higher end, 10.3 skill ace, so definitely better. They've said that they're going to increase rolls so that you have a better chance of getting higher and or lower, though. So it's going to give more variation into the actual crafting system. Let's see what we have. The M4 is kind of one of my favorite assault rifles to carry in general. I don't really love LMGs. So far, I'm leaning towards crafting an M4. Banshee, don't know why I would craft that because I have so many awesome kick-ass SMGs already that I don't really need it. A send-off would be great. I don't have the materials. I don't have any of those other LO. Yeah, don't care. M16A2. Okay. So right now, as it sits, oh look, classic M44. Yeah, I'm gonna go with, I think, we're gonna craft a M4, and we're gonna see how that runs. You know, we're just gonna hope that we get something on the higher end. Maybe if it doesn't work, we'll deconstruct it and craft another one. Not horrible. So running 97.6. So it's not bad. I think that's probably better than I would have seen before. Killing an enemy. The talent is a good pairing. So I wish I had thought ahead of this one enough to save it and to save one from the previous season and see if it was either uprolled or not. A police M4 replica. This one's only running 95.4 with the 7% assault rifle. Eyeless, I wouldn't have kept that one before. I'm definitely not going to keep it now. Let's try again. It's about the same. So I'm not seeing like overwhelmingly significant improvement from crafting at least the same weapon a few times over and over. Although that is better, right? And it has the breadbasket talent. So I think they probably did what they said they were going to do and put in more variations. So props to them for making that adjustment as well. So we've seen an adjustment on the crafting table. I do not want to actually use that as my weapon, though. And we are going to go run bank headquarters. So let's get ourselves all set up here. Let's do... What do we think? Lady Death? It's so hard because I really, really like my other SMG now too. And it's running such high damage. But if I'm staying moving with the Lady Death, I think overall that might be the better route. It's hard because you can't test the Lady Death in the range. It won't test because you're ultimately going to not be moving fast enough, right? Like you can't sprint in between guys and pop out your shield. There's no way to test that in the range to get the true DPS for what it is running. And 75% additional damage for an entire clip, up to 32 rounds, is substantial. So again, that brings it, if we're talking numbers wise, it brings it 40 plus K over, or over 45% higher than I think my other SMG is running. Now that's granted if we're moving, if we're getting those stacks, so you have to keep that in mind. It is an if-then, and I don't always love running with if-thens because you can't always play that way. But we're going to try it. We're going to see how it works out in the practical world, because you can't know unless you try. So let's give this a shot. Let's go ahead and just roll with it. We're going to go ahead and do replay on challenging. Perfect. Done. Here we go. Bank headquarters. Let's run with it.
You're gonna need to get the
And I keep using the other button to run because I feel like maybe it was like No Man's Sky or something else I've been playing that it had the other, that R3 button to run. I've played so many games recently, truthfully, that it's like, who knows? Oh, there's a crashed truck in here now. You can view the crashed truck. So they have made some cosmetic changes, or at least 1 or 2 cosmetic changes we've seen so far. I wonder if we can get around the outside here without being seen. We're about to find out. I don't think we're going to get much closer though. So as of right here, let's go ahead and take them out. And boom, let's run up. Remember, we're using the Lady Death, so we got to be real close, make it worthwhile. Or closer to make it worthwhile, but look at that, it doesn't matter. Once you're closer, you can take them all out real quick. Really? For real? For real? I was gonna say, you should be gone already. Alright, rock and roll. So wave 1 down, wave 2 is up here. Perfect. Wave 2 is down. That's it. That's all she wrote. By the end of this mission, perhaps we'll see myself in trouble. You can see again, I play a little loose once in a while. So I will occasionally find myself in that position where it's like, oh my, I wasn't expecting to die. And truthfully, these are not the best weapons. I probably should switch. Let's see, what do I have? I do have the P4. Okay, this will be better for this room at least, because boom. Stuff like that, I can super easily hit a target from further away because the accuracy is so much greater. But for somebody like this, let's run away a little bit. We got some stacks and boom, look at that. They had full health and that Lady Death just took them out. So you can see, even comparing the P416, how long it took to take out that red person who was running up to me versus the other person who was a level 40 yellow. So we're talking level 40. And we took out a level 40 entire elite with armor and everything quicker with the Lady Death than we did with a regular level 40 red. How crazy is that? So like, really, realistically, all I have to do is run up these stairs. There is a chance that I do get shot. I'm well aware of that chance. Dead. Dead. Super easy peasy lemon squeezy. Jump over. Let's see what we got here. Said in missions we're not going to get crap. I don't need it. So we're going to continue on. When I mean crap, we're not going to get crap gear rolls. We're going to get stuff. We are going to get stuff in missions, just not crap gear rolls. Yeah. You guys know what I meant. Show us your nipples. Oh, how long ago was that? Dude, it was like 2 minutes ago. I bet you're not even still on. That's a bummer. Such a missed opportunity there. Sorry about it, Mavericky. How you doing, bro? You having a good day? Still there? Not still there? Sorry. I'm really notoriously bad when I get like involved with stuff at like totally getting back to like, look at how long that took. This is why I developed the running gun that I do. This is why that my preference would be gameplay changes overall. Yeah. So like, because I want to play a little more realistic. Like I want to use the cover system. I honestly just don't see the benefit. Like, this is how. Oh look, maybe we have a chance that we need to use their cover system right now. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go down.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Listen, don't tell me what I need. So remember, as long as we have, we're moving, this Lady Death should at least give us some sort of benefit. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen significant... Maverick, do you play the Division 2? And if you do, have you played since this 10 update that they just released today? I ask because I've seen they've made some of the changes that they talked about, like the damage. We checked out the recalibration station. I have not seen, significant changes when it comes to gear drop or mission gears. Like, it's kind of varied, yes, but it's not like significant enough that I think, like, I haven't seen anything that makes me want to return to the game overall. Like, yeah, I love it. I actually really enjoyed the Division, and I'm being harder on it in this video, knowing that there's people. Okay, cool, you do play. So what are your thoughts so far? Because I know there's a lot of people out there who stopped playing, went to other games like Destiny 2, and really were upset because the developers were not listening. I think they definitely made some changes. My question is, are they significant enough to bring players back? So I'm being a little hard on the game right now because I know that I have stopped playing for a few weeks, and I'm not sure if I would come back if I'm had other new games that I was playing or something, like The Last of Us 2 came out, and I also was trying out No Man's Sky with the release of that on Xbox Game Pass and a couple of other things. And like, truthfully, shoot, I put like 33 gameplay hours into No Man's Sky without blinking, and didn't even finish like the main story mode because I just got so intrigued by like all the things you could do and not do. So I don't know. I'm on the fence still. Even as I'm playing this mission, I'm on the fence because I'm not seeing a lot more. I think they made the damage changes that they said they were going to make. I think they made the crafting table changes that they said they were going to make, because I did get a higher roll there than I would have expected on a gun. It took a couple tries, but it was probably higher than I would have seen before. It was like 97k or something from an M4. And, not God rolled, but, rolled well. But the gear drops in the city, still crap, still getting purple with the absolute lowest end, and still like a lot of gold, and that's fine. Like, but all that stuff I'm just gonna grind, and like it's like, is the grind paying off? Are we seeing something new from this? You're getting more God rolls than before? Okay, that was like my question, because like, we'll play, like, if you're a Division player, like I'm on shade level 279, which I don't think is super high, but is also not super low. Like, I'll play and grind to get good stuff, but and you guys can see probably that I've played, but it's like, I don't want to play if there's nothing like new, or if I can't improve. Like, I think a lot of us play games to like get better, improve, or feel like we're doing something different. And I think that's where people have rightfully said, maybe, Ubisoft, we feel like we're a little static right now, is what they're trying to say. We would just like a little more attention to improving on the high end, Like, not only that, but like, most of us don't really care about the damage increasing on our weapons. I think most of us would rather have the gameplay feel a little more realistic. Like, sure, maybe that means increasing our damage, but it could just very well mean decreasing our armor and decreasing their armor, like making it a little more like, hey, this guy's not going to take 7 million hits before he goes down. I can play it that way, but just grind for season 2, right? Yeah. So, and that was the other thing, like, we looked at season 2, and I thought that if you had the New York pass, that like you were going to get season 2, and I thought that meant season 2 premium. No, like, because I got the New York pass, right? And or I should say, New York, Warlords of New York. If you purchase the expansion, Warlords of New York, to be accurate, that you would be getting the ability to play through the Season 2 pass. And you can play through, but you do not get the premium rewards. You just get the regular rewards, not the premium, which is fine. It's all the same stuff. And you and I both know that, like, when you play this game to this extent anyway, like, you end up with a lot of the same crap over and over again, textile rewards, blah, blah, blah. And ultimately can probably, come up with something that you really like that's, as far as a look for your character or some cool stuff here or there if you want a new emoji. But, yeah, like, there's a couple outfits and then the End Hunter mask or whatever that is. Yeah, you have to pay. So I'm not freaking out about it. For me, I actually have leftover premium credits, so it would cost me $4.99 to level up to that. Most people, it's a $10 investment. They're gonna have 50 credits left over. Great. Like, I don't think $10 is like make or break, especially because I do think, and what I've always said about the Division 2, to be fair, is the Division 2 provides so much value for how much you pay. Like, I paid $2.95 for the original game. Dude, I think I played like 100 hours on the original game, going through Washington, just roaming around, trying to loot up, and I hit the max level, of course, before I was at New York even, but when you looked at the new rewards, had most of it already. Well, that's a bummer. So I guess that's the question. It's like, I really love the gameplay. I love some of the detail. I like when you shoot stuff that shit happens. Like, it's small things that I give a lot of credit to. I don't think a lot of people always think about that. But I do think that there's that, like, whole ability. It's like, did we feel like we're getting another season that's like, is it new? Is it new enough to justify the price or the purchase price? And there are gamers out there who play this. I know for a fact some of the people I played with in a clan who played because they got it for $3, legitimately. Like, they're like, I haven't been able to afford, mainstream gaming in a while, and I love that I could play this game for so long on $3. Now, does the developer deserve more than $3 for this? Absolutely. I am not at all saying that this is not worth more than $3. So don't confuse the two, please, if you watch this back or anybody thinks I'm narking too much. Again, I'm being a little critical specifically for the reason of people who, like you said, it's just crap. There's some things that we expect when somebody says, hey, I'll make it better. And if you look back at the beginning of this video, in case you're on YouTube or you're watching it, in a replay mode, at the beginning, you'll see, like, I actually opened to the opening screen where they said we did not get a chance to put all of our audio in. Okay. So again, for me, customer service, you feel like a ripoff, right? Under promise, over deliver, period. That's like customer service 101. It doesn't matter if you're in retail, which I've managed retail. It doesn't matter if I'm doing a small media company that I own right now, and I started the Online Gamers Network to try to bring everybody together, developing some software for that. Really, like, it doesn't matter what you do, under promise, over deliver. That's why I haven't said Online Gamers Network is going to be the next Facebook. No, like, that's up to you guys. It's up to you guys to join, to, like, give feedback, to tell me what you want to see. What I would like to see is us have a place that, regardless of Xbox, PS4, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube or Facebook Live, that you can come, you can select your friends, what they're playing in, and you can see each other and what you are doing and have a place. So, like, I'm going to try to deliver on that. I don't know for sure what's going to happen, but I haven't promised anything yet, and I've just given you an idea of what my vision is, right? I think Ubisoft does a bad job at saying, hey, we're going to do all this stuff, and then not doing it, And I don't think that is where they're going to gain from the customers. I think that's where they're going to lose. So I think overall that's going to hurt. I'm surprised I haven't gone down yet because I'm really got on a rant here. I'm really surprised I haven't gone down yet, actually. Oh, man, objective failed. I wasn't even paying attention, though. That just goes to show. Have you seen the new What you get at the end of the last reward on the manhunt? No, I didn't look at it, but actually we were talking about that because I looked through the people real quick, and like when they show you that it plays through it, I was like, okay, it doesn't matter. Like you can call them all something different if they're the same, you know, like unless the gameplay changes drastically, then what is it? What do you get? I'm curious.
Beginning search query.
Oh yeah, and if you don't mind, hit a quick follow. That way, after the end of the stream, I'll go back and follow you. I'm not at all doing this sub for sub thing. Please don't get me wrong. That was not my intent, but I do like to follow people who play games that I like as well, and also want to grow the network for everybody to be able to play with each other. So definitely cool with that if you can do it. Defend the terminal. Oh, that's why I failed. Yeah, so that was stupid. I'm not paying attention at all. Trap has repair on it. I'll have to look at it when I get done with this mission. Although I was playing to see if it was much different. I don't feel like it was much different so far. So far I feel roughly, I'd say about the same. Not like overwhelmed. Okay, so I'm still defending the terminal. Big bad dude's out here. Well, cool. I mean, he's staying out there, so that's that. It's making it real easy on me this time. I just pissed him off, which was intentional. Gotta at least have this be a little bit of fun. He is chewing through that shield. This is where the Lady Death definitely isn't the best choice of weapon, but I have come out of worse situations on top, so I am hopeful. There goes some armor. And wait for it. Wait for it.
Search query finished. Subject located.
It's President
Broke
Ellis.
another
On a
piece.
helicopter on standby to
Some
extract.
headshots in there. And he goes. I was hoping mine's on trap, but no, they put repair. Doesn't sound like a gameplay changer to me. And again, I can't tell you how many hours I've put into the game. So truthfully, like, am I really upset that this is not the worst game? I quite enjoy the game, especially when you get in with a group of friends and you're just playing for fun and you're shooting the bull, and that's kind of this game literally inspired me to create the clan network, which was my idea for bringing an HTML app that we could all have a common dashboard to, which in turn I changed to the Online Gamers Network because I was getting a lot of feedback saying that the clan network is not the best name today, and completely understand either way. I don't want to get into politics, but my goal is never to make somebody feel like, obviously, that it's anything other than a way for us to have fun, get
Give a way out
together.
of the vault.
Searching for a way out of the vault. Zero
Blah blah
matches.
blah.
Shit
511.
wristwatch.
I mean, that's
Okay,
God rolled
let's
at
see.
least,
You can
yeah.
look
So
first
there
to the west
goes
wall.
that.
There's a maintenance tunnel running alongside your position. It's a long shot, but it's the only one
Yeah,
we got.
it's fun to play. I'm with you, like the gameplay, and I think that, I don't know. I guess I think overall, I'm not saying I won't play the game again. I actually think I will. That's why I ask people, like, hey, give me a quick follow or shoot me a quick line. Go to the Online Gamers Network if you just don't like following people on, like, whether you're on Twitch or Mixer, YouTube, Facebook Live. I'm on all 4 streaming simultaneously right now, hence if there's any delay. But yeah, I think
On a path to the
that
President's location.
I don't know. I think I really enjoy getting to play online games with other people. It's kind of why I do the whole online gaming thing.
Son of a bitch. It
I play this
actually
game by
works.
myself though. I
Thanks,
actually
Isaac.
played all the way through DC level 30 solo. Didn't touch online once during that whole time frame. So Yeah, man. What level are you at, Mavericky? Like, what are you currently playing, or what's your best play style? What do you prefer? That's a lot of questions, but give me the general gist. Like, how do you like to play this game? How does it work best for you? Curious. I always like to meet new people and how they like to play things. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Waiting for the guys to pop out. We might as well take that. I don't know if we're going to need it, and I hope we don't. And so the bank headquarters, truthfully, like you guys saw when we went and selected it, I wasn't 100% sure which one it was, because I think I've played them all in like federal headquarters, bank headquarters, blah, blah, blah. We've all played them so much. Some people play the missions, I think, and the actual pieces so much that they know, because they like go after one specific thing. But I usually, like I said, ran with other people, and I didn't care necessarily. Like, I still don't have one of the rifles I wanted, was the Eagle Bear. Still don't have it, because ultimately, like, I had more fun playing with other people and helping them get stuff too than I did focusing on all of my own stuff all the time. 300 and play tank, healer status, nice. I would like to run a raid with you then at some point, because especially if they release a new raid, I am interested in running that too. I haven't even run the old raid because I actually unjoined my clan, and not for any other reason than I wasn't seeing them on when I was on, and vice versa. It was a European clan, and we're here in the US, so a lot of times I think I was just missing the overlap, like I said earlier in the stream. So I felt like give somebody else that position. I have a sniper build. I'm running 279 right now. And I typically use this DPS build as my main build. SMG is my primary. I was using, until this update, I was using this MP5 A2. I have God rolled all the way across with Optimist. I'm going to switch back to that now, actually, because I was testing the Lady Death out to see how I felt about it, since they did increase the damage on it. And I think not only did they increase the damage, but they actually increased, if you look at, oh, cool, man, your clan's running a raid tomorrow. Dude, totally, one way or another, whether it's hit me up on Discord. There's an open invite from my website. You'll see the link on Discord and the onlinegamersnetwork.com. Super easy, straightforward. So yeah, hit me up on Discord, and or follow me here. I'll follow you, and I'll shoot you a message one way or another, and I could totally run a raid tomorrow. I don't think I'm if you guys need an extra anyway. So yeah, the Lady Death, I think the damage stack went up to 75% now. I think it was at 60, and still you get the 8 stacks, so up to 32 stacks. That's a whole clip. And we discussed, like, that'll obviously 75% damage net out to be higher than the 115 on this MP5. The only caveat is you have to stay running. So we did that, like, running around New York before I started this mission. And dude, it would take down like your top tier level 40 elites with full armor in like split seconds. And you would think that's an exaggeration, but I think it legitimately was like 1.5, 2 seconds. It would just chew through them like butter at point blank range if you just run right up on them. This MP5 obviously will not do that, but the benefit is that you don't have to be moving to gain those stacks, right? So we'll switch back. I'll see which one I like better for right now, if I can ascertain.
You don't understand. I could stop everything bringing down my neighborhood. You need to die.
Let's get that out there. Create some space for Mr. President. I do wish he was a little smarter and didn't decide he wanted to play whatever it is, Gun Ranger on his own right now. That's okay. Oh man, that hurt. Impressive.
Vital signs critical.
Dang, cousin. I might go down here. That very well will. Yep.
Agent vital signs 0.
Well, there's the first wipe in a mission. I am not on PC. I forgot you did say you're PC, and they didn't do crossplay yet. I think, does Xbox crossplay with PC? I'm not on. I have an Xbox, but I don't have this on Xbox yet. Man, oh man. Well, let's be a little smarter this time.
You don't understand. I'm gonna
When I
stop
say
that
smarter, I
movie
don't
down
mean
like that.
safer.
Fucking
Clearly. Clearly. And there we go. Thank you, Mr. President, for not running up there again, though. I appreciate that. It makes my job a little easier. No, yeah, I didn't think so. That's unfortunate, man. Like, I'm really excited for the day, and that legitimately is the reason I thought of the Clan Network, because there isn't normally cross-platform play right now. There will be, and a lot more people are getting into it. I just don't think it's high on developers lists. Sometimes it's harder on functionality. I understand some pieces of the programming there, that it like isn't the best for every game either. But I really think that for a lot of online games, especially when you're talking like Call of Duty has been made cross-player. Like I've played Warzone and stuff cross-player. Try the Vector 9. Yeah, I have the Vector 9. I also have the Vector 45. That 1200 RPM is like killer, bro. Here, let's see. I'll switch over to one here as well, just for fun, because the MP5 feels about the same to me. I know what to expect from it. I rarely play with the Vector, but this one in particular is good enough with the killer and the critical hit damage to be able to cause some massive chaos. Of course, I'm doing that while apparently there's still one guy up there. Let's just go take him out before he takes out Mr. President Ellis. So not much of a change on the missions. You gotta actually shoot the people for it to count. That's always been the same. Yeah, so I hope that but even with being crossplay being more prevalent, my goal is to actually bring like more of a unified dashboard to everybody. Twitch has something kind of similar right now, but doesn't accomplish the platform agnostic, streaming agnostic view that I have, where they do squads and you can play like up to 4 people on the same quote unquote like screen. And that's cool. I love, that's kind of part of my idea, but the other part is also combining like a more Discord approach, but in a social networking platform setting. So like easy to push buttons that let you basically take and communicate with people. So like you could set up 4 unique videos, like Twitch, the people you have on Twitch. If you're playing on PC and I don't wanted to see what you're up to, I could watch you and press a quick button, communicate with you. Like right now where I'm having to read your chat, I would much rather be in communication with you, like voice chatting at least. Have you tried out new gear sets? No, dude. So this is my first mission I'm running, and I haven't played the PTS. Did you get to play the PTS? Did you do any of that? Curious because, ooh, I should be careful there. I heard the good and bad things about the PTS. You're obviously gonna get a little bit of everything, but I'm wondering what your perspective is. New gear sets and all that,
Immediate
Dude,
medical assistance needed.
I told you I don't have much armor, but my goodness, they gotta go. That sniper's what's getting me. It's that one bullet. Can take like 10 from the other guys. Nah, you skipped it. Yeah, kind of where I'm at in some ways. Like I said, I actually played Last of Us. I played No Man's Sky. I got into Session, dude. Session was it's tight for what I expected. I'm interested. I am intrigued to play a little bit of what do you call that game? Skater XL when that comes out, because I was a big Skate fan in general. Oh, look at that. Season level up, breathe easy mask. Oh, that's nice. I can breathe better. Yeah, everything was broken. I think that's kind of the overall consensus, right? In general, everything is broken.
Hostile radio intercepted.
I mean, you can see, like, I'm playing through, it hasn't crashed. Like, the rolls are a little better. I did test the crafting bench a little better. I just don't know if it's enough. And that's... It shouldn't be sad to say I'm not trying to be hypercritical, but do keep in mind when I say enough, like, I mean, there's other games in the world, and even other games you can get for like $2. So once you put 100 hours into a game, that's what you have to be conscious of as a developer or a business owner. Once you put 100 hours into the game, if I'm paying attention here, I would have known hit square. You're not going to put more if you don't have incentive. So you got to make sure that you're like catering either to the audience you want to, like The Last of Us 2 will get either critical praise or critical reviews in general, because for sure it's going to be one of those games that, like, if you didn't want to play through a story, then you're probably not happy. Replay value is there, but not like probably substantially. I think for sure you can play it more than once, but you know, that's just me. Foundry Bulwark. I'll pause here and let's read this. I see. Right. Yeah, they said they were possibly going to rework. I remember that, like, that gear set at least for PvP for the Foundry and the armor regeneration and all of that. So I wonder if it's still the same. Have you heard of anybody who's played with it since the actual update 10 was released today publicly? I'm wondering if they did change it totally or just for PvP. Like, what was the ultimate strategy? BT dubs for anybody who's watching. Ooh, this is an area where I very well may go down if it stays the same, because on challenging or heroic, they quite often will have 2 or 3 of those big bad tank guys come out. So I will try to play smart, but I won't promise you anything. Sorry about it. I could switch to a tank build, which I often run. Go down. Yep, that tactical vector did its job.
You won't take back. Anyone got some spare?
This sniper is not playing super smart. He's got his head up. Let's not kill my shield needlessly. I noticed you sent a message. Give me a minute. Let me not attempt to not die here real quick. Oh, see? Look at that. It's the snipers that'll get you sometimes, you know. It's where I really like the MK17 for that, because the MK17 was super good for snipers and getting further away from people, but also like causing some major chaos. Oh, well, that was slick. Whoa! He got past that Oh yeah, it did. It took him down. So you can see right there that I had my special right down there, my stinger hive, and he got past it. Ooh, that's dangerous. Duck, dude.
Do you even know what you're for?
Well, that's concerning. Can't see anything.
Should have stayed away from me. He hit too much.
Dude.
They're vulnerable.
Patience is a virtue, but I don't always have it.
We can be fast. Like cover. They're building for the hole.
And there we go. There's one down. Always love a little duck and roll. Now they're down. Actually going this way again. No, don't do that. That can cost me my life right there. Alright. So, I haven't touched grenades since literally the whole time I think we've been playing and I've been streaming. The only thing keeps you alive is the regen. Yeah. I wonder how my tank's gonna run too then, because mine is, you know, I ran the True Patriot and I ran one of the other builds with a tank where I would run the Liberty pistol so that I would always be regenning. And it's a good build to run, but if you're not shooting them with the Liberty pistol while your shield is up, you're not gonna get, you know, all the benefits there. So you've got to continually just be right in front of somebody shooting them with the Liberty pistol and hope nobody's behind you. Because if somebody's behind you, you're screwed. Ta-da! Mission complete. First playthrough. I did, however, die once. And mediocre rolls, don't care. I mean, okay rolls. A little better than mediocre rolls. Sorry, let me give credit. A hardwired component. I already have every hardwired piece. I don't need that. Adioso mio. Also don't need it and don't need it and don't need it. Cool. Well, guys, that's it. That's what we got. I think we've covered almost everything. 2.1 million armor. Holy crap, dude. That's a lot with the Liberty. I'll show you my tank set right now. I had 2 in my build, or at least I used to. I did streamline and get rid of some of my builds before I stopped playing a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, so that's my skill build. So I first have this one, which I believe runs the True Patriot. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I'm running True Patriot and System Corruption. I get the armor on kill from System Corruption. The True Patriot, I gain extra ammo, but I get all the like stacking perks from that. And I use the Liberty pistol along with the shield in that set. And, oh, sorry. That one is running 1.6 million. There's one I had that was 1.7. There it is. Okay, so 1.7, and let's see here. Oh, I just equipped it. That's okay. Now we can look at it easier. So there we go. I'm running for my build there, Liberty Pistol. I'm also running System Corruption. I think I'm running 4 pieces. Yeah, I'm running 4 pieces of System Corruption to get the stack overflow. I'm running 1 piece of Gila Guard to get the 5% more armor, and then I run the Sawyer's knee pads so that I don't get rocked with any explosions or anything like that. And those work quite well in a tank build because you don't have to worry then about like somebody launching a grenade at you. You can kind of just keep playing. Yeah, man. So that's my tank build. A lot of these builds I have are not like super optimized, but let's take a look, right? Look at the stats. So this is one of my earlier builds, and when you look at the stats, like for me to get better than this, I would have to at least get 3/4, if not God rolled. So God roll and 3/4, if you think of it that way, on everything or above. And that's the challenge I have with the grinding, because I don't see it. Like even in the dark zone, I feel like I don't get those pieces that are like a lot better, you know, like a little better here and there. And these are great pieces, don't get me wrong. So you can see like that's a solid roll. I'm happy with it. I'm just saying I don't know if there's enough new stuff yet. But to your point, I haven't played the new gear sets, so I think I probably will spend the next few days or week. Probably I'll get back into this, you know, a couple hours here, a couple hours there, and, you know, try to get some of the new armor sets, see how I like playing it. Maybe I'll jump back in with some people. If anybody wants to play, hit me up, the Online Gamers Network. Go to the onlinegamersnetwork.com just so we can connect, and hit Discord or Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Facebook Live, whatever your preference is. Sign up for the website even. Shoot me an email. I'm a really open communicator. I'll give you my phone number. You can text me even on there. So whatever your preference is, if I see you online, you can connect with me on Xbox as well as PS4, and I'm happy to jump in, play any games with you, and do all the cool stuff, man. I look forward to it. Point man for chess for tank. Okay. Nice. Wow. Yeah, I think that like I had the tardigrade, which I don't remember having. Oh, I think I just got this like right towards the end. So I haven't tried building. That's an example, right? I haven't tried building out a set with this because this has like awesome explosive resistance as well. It's not perfect unbreakable though, and I had a chess piece that had perfect unbreakable, so a lot of my damage pieces have unbreakable on it, and or perfect unbreakable. And for me that was preferred. So I'm curious how the tardigrade will work out against that. So I got some playing I can do, definitely some things to try out. I think if I get into a clan or a group, or if anybody wants to play, then I'm definitely I'll probably pick back up more, just because I'm a social gamer, I think, overall, if you had to classify it. Although I enjoy a good story. There's not a good story in Division 2. I mean, not like let's put it on hierarchy. And that's where I'll say I haven't given an official review yet, but The Last of Us 2 so far is probably going to be right up there with The Last of Us 1. And The Last of Us, the original, is one of the first games. I played it on the PS4 actually when they re-released it as an upgraded HD version, whatever. Was one of the first games I played through like start to finish, and like I didn't feel like I was playing through it even, and it wasn't short. It wasn't super long, but it wasn't short. It just didn't feel like it didn't make me not feel like I was like struggling to play it. I just enjoyed the whole story. So for me, I am feeling just as enthralled from The Last of Us 2 so far. So it kind of is hard to step away from that sometimes. But I definitely wanted to check this out today. Yeah, legendary missions, dude, you're right on point. legendary missions, we were talking about that earlier in the stream too, are where I think you could make up a lot of the difference for the difficulty level that they're talking about changing. So I think that's kind of cool that legendary missions are still going to be hard, or at least supposed to be very, very hard, which requires you to play in a team. And if you don't know already, like, to me, I would never attempt a legendary mission in the Division 2, regardless of your DPS being higher, or a raid probably without having a headset. Like, if you can't communicate, all bets are probably off. It just requires like either substantially skilled players or high DPS, high like tank and healer builds, and it requires like either a really strong team. I wouldn't even consider myself to that level. I think I'm strong enough. Sometimes I can carry a team, and sometimes they carry me, though. You know what I mean? I'm not like always the person carrying a team by any means. I'm just okay. I'm good, if you will. Like, you guys have seen my gameplay. I'm okay at this game, and I feel like you don't just walk into a legendary mission. So that's the cool thing, and that is where your replay's at. Legendary missions, for sure, getting better skill wise, and heroic and above, I should say, as well as the raids. The other cool thing I think that this game offers, since we've kind of like, I don't want you to think I've ragged on it this whole time. I think that there's like infinite replayability for you to be able to get in and really tweak your sets. There's a lot of cool customization when it comes to your character, and you haven't probably seen it unless you've been following me on one of the other platforms. I'm also on Pinterest. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also have Online Gamers Network on Facebook, and I've put up art, and some of that art has been from the Division 2. I've released a couple of shots that you can have a cool photo mode in this game that will let you take some really cool photos, and I've actually gone and digitally enhanced those and played with color balancing a little bit, and like not photoshopped it and made it unrealistic, but I've made them look really cool, at least I think so, or put in kind of a unique perspective to them when I took the photo. So I kind of do digital art here now a little bit on the game side as well. A way that I can potentially again create a little more revenue for the creating this platform, or if nothing else, put something cool out there that people can see and appreciate, and that's all it's about. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining me today. I am going to sign off here from playing the Division 2 for now. I've still got to check out Minecraft today. So if you guys are aware, Minecraft released the Nether update today. I have not played that yet, so I'm curious to see what that update looks like. Really weird for anybody who's probably like, oh my goodness, Division player Minecraft. Dude, I play everything. Anything too, especially if it's online gaming. Again, Online Gamers Network, that's what we're here for. And I'd love to create that bridge for all of you out there, whether you're on a PS4, Xbox, PC, and bring everybody together to play different games, you know, like create teams, create clans, create groups, temporary alliances, find ways to, you know, have fun with each other, rag on each other a little bit, and do what this is meant to do. So, all right, guys, be safe. Peace out. And I'll see you again on the next one. I'll be back on probably in a little bit with a little bit of Minecraft. And I'm also releasing a No Man's Sky absolute fastest way to get money video. And that'll be out in the next day or so here. Period, hands down, I haven't seen a like descriptive way like that actually walks you through the fastest way to get money. So I think that'll be pretty cool for anybody who likes that kind of thing. And I'm also going to be doing a little more on the Last of Us side, Last of Us 2. I didn't expect to be the first person out there with reviews, since there's already reviews prior to the game's official release, and I kind of hate it when that happens, because that means that, you know, like either A, somebody got a copy that they shouldn't have gotten, or B, even like IGN, who did their review officially before it launched, there were updates at launch, right? Like launch updates and stuff. So I kind of like to see everything, make sure it's out, and that you're getting reviews from independent channels. So I'll still release something on that. I already have some screenshots, some art shots out there, and I have more coming too. So, All right, we'll see you guys soon. Hit that follow, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go to the website, whatever you guys got to do. If not, whatever. I'll see you soon. All right, take care.